last weekend in that 1-1 draw with Melbourne Victory, so it's an unchanged starting 11. That means Matt Acton makes back-to-back starts in goal, as do January signings Austin Ludwig in defence and Asuma Abubakar in attack. Ben Halloran and Florent Berenguer did not travel, so 18-year-old James Durrington could make his A-League debut this afternoon. There is Carl Veart, the Adelaide coach. His best coaching record is actually against Brisbane Roar. 8 wins, 2 draws and just 2 losses in 12 meetings. The only side he hasn't beaten is Auckland. 2 draws at the moment in their 2 meetings this season. Well, if Carl Veart has a good record against Brisbane, Ruben Zatkovich does not have a great record against Carl Veart in his roles in charge at Perth and now Brisbane. No wins in 6, just 1 point taken from a possible 18. As Ruben heads across to shake hands with his opposite number, our referee this afternoon, Lachlan Keevers. It's his first time coaching either of these 2 clubs this season. He's being assisted by Henry Day and Nick Allegan. Daniel Cook is the 4th official, and in the VAR room, Alex King is assisted by Adam Kersey. International Women's Day. You can never be too young to know that respect and equality are essential for the future of humanity. Well, Adelaide played one of the games of the season last weekend, that 4-4 draw away to Auckland. Bart Freens equalising in the 99th minute of that one for Brisbane. They're still looking for that first win after that 1-1 draw. Ryan Kitto becomes the 3rd player to make 200 A-League appearances for Adelaide after Eugene Galekovic and Isaias. His first ever goal for Adelaide came against Brisbane back in 2017. Henry Hoare, he has scored 3 in 5 since returning from Gangwon FC in December. He was on the score sheet again last weekend against Melbourne Victory. And it is the visitors, Brisbane Roar, still looking for just that 2nd win of the season that get us underway. They are looking to avoid the wooden spoon. They have a couple of games in hand on a Perth side sitting 4 points above them. It's a very different carrot for Adelaide United. Roy O'Donovan, Adelaide can move 2nd, even if it's only provisionally for a matter of minutes, as we look at Western United, who kick off in an hour's time. But 2nd place, and we know that that can qualify you for the Asian Champions League next season if Auckland win the league.
Absolutely, Robbie. It's a big game for Adelaide today in front of their home fans. The last month or so, they haven't been really on top of their game results-wise, but Brisbane Roar certainly gives them an opportunity today.
Yeah, they lost their last home game, the 2nd home defeat of the season against Newcastle last time out. Abubakar, the new signing, still getting acclimatised to A-League football. He went down a little too easily there, perhaps being held by Bart Freens.
Yeah, that's all right. I think he's trying to hold the ball up. He's showed in glimpses in the last couple of weeks. He's got some pace, he's got some movement. His fitness was a bit suspect last week after the 35-minute mark, but expecting a lot more from today, even in 34-degree weather.
It was hot and humid last week in Brisbane against Melbourne Victory, but it's hotter today, perhaps not as humid. Here, the dry heat of Adelaide, but we will have a couple of drinks breaks as Henry Hoare puts the pressure on Freens. Back to James Delianov. Ethan Cox and his cameo between the posts coming to a close after 7 matches in Delianov's absence. Here is Stephen Moore off the bench to good effect against Auckland, looking to feed it through to Archie Goodwin. Trying to take on Ludwig, getting the better of him still. Ability with the challenge. Now Falami with Ethan Allegic back in midfield with the return of Ryan Kitto at left back. Zach Clough. 30 years old today as well, so a couple of birthday boys in the Adelaide ranks, along with Pana Kikianis.
Yeah, Zach Clough, 30 years old, I must say. I've been impressed with him this year. I think he's been ever so consistent. 6 goals, 7 assists to his name, and he's certainly a key figure, along with Stephen Moore and Archie Goodwin today for Adelaide United.
Leading the league in assists. Zach Clough. Here's Zabala. Ball forward to Abubakar, getting front position. And unfortunately, coming back from an offside position. We've already seen that Abubakar is going to offer a physical presence up front for Bart Freens and Pana Kikianis to try and deal with. There is the Asian Cup winner with the young Socceroos at the back, all the way through to Matt Acton. Was just seconds away from a clean sheet last weekend. Matt Acton, in his first appearance of the season, it ended in heartbreak, as has so often been the case. A 5th, well, that was a 1-1 draw against Melbourne Victory. They've had 5 1-0 losses this season as well, Brisbane. As here goes Amanatidis. Good break. He's got an option at the back post. Amanatidis still with the Boubacar. It might yet fall. Jelicic can't get there. O'Shea might get another bite at the cherry, Jay O'Shea. Zabala overlapping, low cross, intercepted by Freens. Crawford there, and Harry Crawford clears. Anywhere will do.
Bit of a wasted opportunity there. It was a nice breakaway from Amanatidis down that right-hand side. Didn't get his delivery just quite right, and it fizzled out in the end here with Zabala and O'Shea. Nobody kind of made their mind up, but positive stuff for Brisbane.
That's been a pretty positive start from Brisbane. Boubacar down that right flank, winning the attacking throw to be taken by Anthony Burke-Gilroy. He's played every match so far this season. The throw for Hoare. Burke-Gilroy again, all the way back with Sam Klein. He's been impressive in recent weeks in the heart of midfield, keeping Walid Shaw out of the side. Walid Shaw, the Lebanese international, who was missing last week with injury, and no update on his status, so I assume that injury that kept him out last week is still the case again. Kikianis. All the way back to Delianov. Freens with Barnett. That's a loose pass over the head of Moore. Ability over the head of Klein. Ben Salami, former Melbourne Victory man, back-to-back starts for him after 3 appearances off the bench. Abubakar with Zabala. Left back today for him. Here's Keegan Jelicic, scored after just 6 minutes in Unite round against Adelaide. Jelicic goes again. The cross, Delianov palms it away only as far as Klein. His first time effort from the edge of the box. He's not shy at shooting.
He's not shy at shooting, but he's a good player. You know, he makes forward runs. He's a big boy that comes from midfield, and you know, he sniffs out a goal, and I think as soon as he gets one, he might score quite a few. He's got great engines, got great legs, and he's a homegrown talent, and I think he's one of the bright sparks of this pretty average season so far for Brisbane Roar.
It has been a very difficult season for them. Another of the bright sparks, I guess, has been Lucas Harrington, who's back on the bench after lifting the Asian Cup with the under-20s. Long ball forward. Hoare. His return to action after that spell in Korea has been spectacular. Jelicic. He's going to make it all the way across to Burke-Gilroy. He shoots, off the post! Well, he surprised me. I think he surprised James Delianov there.
Well, more of that. They'll be looking for more of that. Ruben Zadkovic will be very happy how they've started this game. They definitely have Adelaide United on the back foot, and yeah, more of this. If he gets half a chance, take it on. Very unlucky there from Burke-Gilroy.
Just the one goal that came when he was at Perth 3 years ago now against Melbourne Victory. Delianov with the Dutchman, Bart Vriends. Delianov again, missing for over a month and a half with that groin injury. Kikianis, Alagic, able to turn, that's a good ball for Mork, and that's a strong challenge from Sam Klein.
Yeah, well, that's just what his team needs, to be honest. They've trapped Adelaide United in their own half in this first 8 minutes, and Sam Klein wasn't letting them get back over the halfway line, so no, good on him. That's his job. He's the enforcer in there.
Referee Lachlan Keevers just having a little word as he ran past. Here's Clough. Driving the ball in, it's cleared by Ludwig. 28 years of age, Austin Ludwig's had to wait for his opportunity in the A-League, but he's making the most of it at the moment.
Certainly has, and I know Scott McDonald, who was his coach at Gold Coast Knights, spoke highly of him, and I can see why. Coming out from the back, his distribution, his reading of the game has been excellent, and I think in the last few weeks he's showed he's more than capable at this level.
Queensland NPL Player of the Year. Oh, it's Mork. I think he didn't think that was going to make it all the way through, and suddenly the ball was presented to him.
Got to expect the mistakes. That's the key to scoring goals. Expect that defender to miss it. Schoolboy error there, Stephen Moore.
He's been amongst the goals, Stephen Morg. That perhaps is an opportunity gone begging. Certainly one that his side could use, because home form has not been certainly as good as their away form. Alagic is caught late by a lunging Henry Hoare. Clough gets the cross onto that right foot towards Goodwin. Mork is there again. Barnett knocking players over. It's Jay O'Shea who's gone down under that challenge.
But you have to say, Robbie, Brisbane Roar, all throughout this season, defensively, their structures are quite good. They defend quite well in a deep block. I think their issues this year have been going forward. Their indecision to play the right pass at the right time in the attacking third, but defensively, look, they look hungry today to defend and make it difficult for Adelaide, which is a great sign.
Clough, good awareness. The first time switch of play for Falami, and Burke Gilroy not taking any chances at all. Yes, the attack has been the Achilles heel for Brisbane. Adelaide's defence has been their problems. They've got the 11th best defence. Only today's opponents, Brisbane and Perth, have conceded more goals this season than Adelaide in the league. Remarkable, considering a win will send them second on the table.
But it just goes to show how good they are going forward. You know, the likes of Zach Clough, Stephen Mork, Archie Goodwin, Jovanovic when he plays, Piraeus, the strength and depth they have, and the pace and power going forward is quite something.
Just 19 goals, well, there you see, conceded. There is that ladder. Adelaide there. Generally don't want to appear at the top end of that one. That's plenty of goals conceded. Western Sydney are another who have decided to take the approach of attack is the best form of defence. We'll outscore our opponents no matter how many we concede.
Well, that's the approach I would always have enjoyed as an attacking player. Let's outscore the opposition. Never mind what's going on behind us. We'll work hard, but we'll try and outscore the opposition. I think Man United in their heyday in the 90s, wasn't that Alex Ferguson's his go-to? We'll always outscore the opposition.
Jelicic, keep it in. There must be a certain frustration when you've scored your hat-trick and still conceded 3 goals at the other end, Roy.
Oh, yeah, but once you score a hat-trick, you can always hold your head up high. I know I did.
It's a team sport, Roy.
Sorry, Robbie, my bad. That's my real personality coming out there.
Zabala inside, and Alagic diving in, trying to poke the ball forward towards Goodwin. I was just going to say, in the absence of Tom Waddingham, who left the club, of course, he had 4 goals. He's still their top scorer this season, with 4 who's missing. Then Ben Halloran, he's got 2, he didn't travel. So that's 6 of your 19. You only have 12 other goals scored by the rest of the squad here today.
Well, Henry Hoare is catching up already. He's got 3. He's been a massive re-addition to this squad this year. But listen, every team in the A-League, you know, I know Brisbane Roar, they're strapped for cash. I get all that. But you need a number 9 that's going to score you double figures. And look, at the moment, the jury's out in Abubakar, but he looks like he's got certain qualities. Whether being a regular goal scorer, we're going to find that out.
Well, he's got 8 games left after this one for Brisbane. Suma Abubakar, that's a great little touch from Jelicic. He's a silky player. Henry Hoare, no way past Bart Freens. Ludwig contesting in the air with Goodwin, down in front of Carl Veert. Crawford back with the veteran Freens. Kikianis. Delianov. They had Ryan Kitto in plenty of free space on that right wing. Couldn't find him now. Alagic under pressure from Klein. Brisbane looking to be positive, to play this game in Adelaide's half of the field. The danger is over-committing. There you can see ability coming a long way out of the centre of defence to track Falami. Here's Clough.
But you're right, Robbie, there's a real energy to the way they're trying to defend and press on the front foot, Adelaide. But that is the problem. The pace of Archie Goodwin in behind, it only takes 1 ball over the top and you're in trouble.
There goes the ball straight through. Kitto looking the cut back towards Mork, who gives it the thumbs up, but it's going to be a corner, the first of this contest in favour of the home side.
Just a rare breakaway down that left-hand side. Kitto on the overlap, and Burke Gilroy done his job to a T there.
Well, if we are having 2 drinks breaks, one is going to be about now. We're 15 minutes in. Clough with the ball in. Here's been delivering set pieces on a dime this season, and that wasn't far away from the head on the goal line. That's a good ball for Falami. He drives it across the face of goal, missed by everyone, and then cleared by Abubakar at the back post. Kikianis was there. Adelaide looking to just turn the screw here. Barnett. Crawford with Mork. With Bart Freens. Here's Kikianis. Mork again. Loves to make those late runs, Stefan Mork. With Alagic and Barnett, the more deep-lying midfielders. Here's Falami again against Henry Hoare. Falami's touch is a good one. Alagic, the cutback. Well, they're looking for it. They're just not finding it at the moment. O'Shea with the big switch. Abubakar wrestling with Kikianis. Well, Lachlan Keever's not convinced.
Yeah, free kick for me, that one.
Big switch, and now here's Falami. Well, it fell invitingly. The Brisbane players asking where the free kick was. And they'll get to have a longer discussion now, because we are heading for that first drinks break of the afternoon. And we might head straight down to the sidelines. We'll just have a look at that replay. Roy, what did you make of this?
Well, that is the danger. Brisbane Roar, they've been so, you know, good with their defending, their structure so far, but you switch off for 1 second, that ball in behind will hurt you. And, you know, on another day, Falami gets his head over that one and punishes Matt Acton.
Still looking for that first Adelaide goal, Ben Falami. Let's head down to the sidelines where Max Burford and Bruce Jute are with us this afternoon. How's the heat, gentlemen?
Oh, hello, Robbie. First of 4 drinks breaks, and they are well-earned drinks breaks today. Pushing 35 degrees, and there's a real swirly breeze that sometimes feels like it's going to give you some relief, and then other times just feels like it's blowing straight out of the pits of hell, really, over here at Coopers Stadium. Bruce, we're 17 minutes in. Couple of chances, heat playing a part, perhaps?
Oh, no doubt the heat's playing a part. You can see that, you know, players when they're making runs, it's difficult to make recovery runs. You know, the heat just saps you, hence the drinks breaks. But Brisbane started quite well. I think they've fashioned a few half chances, if you like. The last pass, sometimes the decision making is missing, but you know, there's a lot of positivity they'll take from that, and they'll feel like they're right in this game. Adelaide United just start to come into it in the last couple of minutes, but as we've seen earlier in the season, drinks breaks are critical. Things change after the drinks breaks.
And Bruce, you said to me earlier, on a game like this, when you're a player, you go behind and it's a hot day and you get to the 50th minute, the 60th minute, every metre you run, these are your words, every metre you run feels like 100 metres. So whoever goes in front early, big advantage.
Absolutely. In conditions like this, comes down to 2 things: quality and composure. Composure to finish the chances that you get, and quality to be able to control possession and do more running when your team's got the ball than chasing behind the ball.
Thank you, gentlemen. That's the inside knowledge of the heat at Coopers Stadium from Bruce Jute there. We're back underway, and very right as well to note the history of drinks breaks at Coopers Stadium, because we've seen some really topsy-turvy challenges that have required drinks breaks, and we've seen the momentum switch between a side that was on top. Suddenly that tide turns.
Yeah, we've seen it been used as almost like a mental reset for teams as of late, and for Brisbane Roar's sake, they will hope they can kick on from there, because they've started this game ever so well.
Oh, and there's a high turnover. Goodwin, a little touch for Clough. Needs an option, there's none outside him. Now Alagic, he's done well to hold on to possession, evade the challenge of Amanatides. Falami's cross off the head of the Brisbane number 17. Falami again. Zach Clough was looking for Dylan Parias, bombing down that right-hand side, and he's just on the bench so far. Here is Harry Crawford, his replacement at right back. Clever little touch. Crawford, brilliant football. Well, who needs Dylan Parias? That was quality from Harry Crawford, who thought perhaps he'd just opened his A-League account.
It was terrific football. A lovely little touch around the corner by Zach Clough, I believe. And yeah, it was. Lovely run by Crawford, and it looked like Matt Acton got a touch there. But brilliant football, and gets the Adelaide fans on their feet.
Well, Crawford wanted the corner. That was how you can explode into life, and a really clever touch from Zach Clough as well. Abubakar backing in with Freens, again using his body. No, he's not going to get much change out of Lachlan Keevers.
The referee has been warned that he goes down a bit easy there, but he's been unfortunate the last couple of times. So, Robbie, he's been pulled over.
Falami goes again against Burke Gilroy. Falami cross right across the face of goal. And all of a sudden, Adelaide are getting right back in this contest. This time, Asuma Abubakar gets his free kick. Bart Freens, just when he thought he was going to enjoy this duel all afternoon, gets pinned for being a little too physical.
Yeah, well, first of all, Adelaide broke down that left-hand side. There was no one in the 6-yard box for the tap-in. But Abubakar has got a big job today holding that ball up on a very stifling conditions. He needs to get hold of the ball and give Brisbane Roar a chance to get up the pitch. He's done it well so far.
Arrived from Grasshoppers, based in Zurich in Switzerland, where of course they are rather familiar Adelaide faces these days in Nesteri Irankunda, on loan from Bayern Munich. That was Abubakar's last port of call, played in the Netherlands and in Switzerland before this first taste of Antipodean football. Clough again with Crawford. Barnett all the way back to Freens, and now Delianov. 23rd minute, halfway through the first half. We know we're already going to have a couple of extra minutes of stoppages for the drinks breaks. Here's Crawford again. And a bit too much of that to Keegan Jelicic. No early goal so far in this one. Adelaide have been one of the more proactive sides this season in terms of goals in that first half hour. Kitto with Falami. Here's Kikianis with Breens. You can see how high Adelaide are playing up the pitch now. Alagic with Crawford. Good challenge by O'Shea, but Adelaide have it straight back again. Breens again. Crawford down the line for Barnett. Again, it's Jay O'Shea doing that job he does so well, which is sort of compensating for everybody else in that midfield, isn't it?
Correct. He plays a very unselfish role there as the number 6, and his experience is very important there in front of that back four. But just going back to Adelaide, you can just feel them starting to come into the game a little bit now, and they're certainly probing, and it's a big few minutes ahead for Brisbane Roar now, just keeping their head above water.
It said with the return of the young Socceroos, as here's Mork with Falami. It might fall for Kitto. Mork again. Alagic into the area. Lots of cute little 3-metre passes, but they are playing with a certain confidence. Carl Veart 2 days ago in the press conference before this match saying with the return of the young Socceroos, with the return of players from injury and otherwise, these last matches of the season, it's going to be competition for places. Nobody guaranteed a spot. You are going to have to fight for everything.
Yeah, and the way it should be as well. And you look at his bench today, you've got Luka Jovanovic, you've got Dylan Perez, you've got Tukuli, you've got plenty of quality there. So, yeah, I think the players will be well aware they need to deliver a 7 or 8 out of 10 every week here to stay in the team.
Johnny Yull and Luka Jovanovic, two of the, along with Panakikianis, young Socceroos that have returned. The other, Fabian Taladera, made just the one A-League appearance this season. There is Luka Jovanovic. Very talented youngster Jovanovic, 4 goals to his name this season. Scored back-to-back winners against MacArthur and Wellington Phoenix, both 2-1 wins. He was holding his place in the side, but Archie Goodwin has made that number 9 spot his own. 8 goals for him so far this season. Noah Botic leads the race in the Golden Boot. He's got 10, the only player in double figures.
No, it's a great year for Australian goal scorers, for young players coming through, and as you said, Jovanovic and Archie Goodwin and Noah Botic have been excellent in front of goals this year. But I would like to see Jovanovic and Archie Goodwin get a run together at some point as well, because that would be a scary proposition for any defence in this league.
Here's Kikianis with Breens. He's bundled over Bart Breens. Now Clough, did he win that back off Zabala? No, says the referee. Jelicic with Ludwig. Jelicic, perhaps just one little pirouette too many. Alagic inviting Kitto forward. Kitto strikes. Well, he didn't try and hit it too hard, and it wasn't far away.
No, but plays right into Brisbane Roar's game plan. Anywhere from 25-30 yards, you shoot, son. I'll back my goalkeeper.
His first ever goal for Adelaide was against Brisbane back in October 2017. It was an 88th minute winner. 2-1 that day. Now A-League match number 200. No shots on target for either side as we approach the half hour. Mind you, as we know from watching an awful lot of football over the years, you only need one.
You only need one chance, and to be fair to Adelaide, they've had a couple of openers.
Hit the post.
Yeah, and Brisbane Roar had a sighter, and you know, it's been a decent game, as you said. No shots on target, but it's an intriguing contest nonetheless.
Ability. Back with Acton. His long clearance. Only found the head of Crawford. Clough. Dispossessing Jelicic. Ludwig with Klein. Hossein Bility. O'Shea with Klein again, able to face forward. A little bit of space in between the lines. I think that was intended for Manatides, but he thought perhaps Abubakar was there. Coming up, kick-off between Western United and Wellington Phoenix on Paramount Plus in just half an hour's time. 3 matches all on this evening. Abubakar looking for Zabala. Again, Clough back doing the defensive duties.
That's good. That's good. Brisbane Roar just pushing Adelaide back. You know, it's a tough place to go, Cooper Stadium. The weather conditions won't help, but Brisbane Roar don't look like a team that's, you know, struggling down the bottom end of the table. They look like a team that's well in this competition today.
Free kick given for the arm raise. Was it an offside against Abubakar?
It was. Flag was raised on the far side.
Well, he's playing off the shoulder. Thank you, Max. Down on the sidelines. Here's Alagic again. Valami taken out by Burke Gilroy. Alagic with Moore. Immediately looking to cut inside onto his right boot, Stephen Moore, but no way through a crowded midfield. Bility, oh, that's trouble. Bility trying the Cruyff checks inside his own penalty box, and he got away with it.
Know your role. Just get rid of the ball. Don't be messing around. The season's been hard enough without ruining it here now after 29, 30 minutes.
They're on the road. Brisbane here, they're away to Perth next weekend before the international break. Here's Jelicic. Tries to run at Crawford. You can hear Carl Veart saying to Crawford to look out for Abubakar, and he managed to make up that ground and make that challenge.
Again, good play from Brisbane Roar. They're just probing. Again, as I said, it's you know, Adelaide look comfortable, but look, it bodes well for the way the game is going. They just need to stay in the game. They can't concede now because they've done so much hard work defensively. It could be a very difficult rest of the day if they do concede, but Brisbane Roar certainly in the ascendancy.
Cross in near post. Archie Goodwin. We know how good he is at scoring from that near post position with his head. There he's doing the defensive job. All the way back out with Anthony Burke-Gilroy. Good switch. Jelicic. He needed to show full commitment there. Keegan Jelicic. It's beaten him out of play. And we'll have another drinks break here. The second of this first half. We're in the 32nd minute. And Roy will head straight back down to the sidelines with Max and Bruce to hear their thoughts on that last 15-minute instalment.
Adelaide probably just starting to gain a little bit of the ascendancy, although Brisbane had a little bit there in the last couple of minutes. Archie Goodwin on screen at the moment, hardly been cited for the Reds, Bruce. How can they get him involved? Because, in fairness, Raw's credit, the centre-backs are doing a fantastic job when the ball's in the air. He's having no impact.
Absolutely. I think I'm interested to see hear what Carl says to Archie Goodwin. He's got to get more involved in the game. If you look at Abubakar, for example, from Brisbane's point of view, he's in battles with Bart Vreens. You saw him making an overlapping run just there, and Crawford cut his cross out. Much more involved in the game, of course. Hasn't created anything spectacular, but more involved. Archie Goodwin has the ability to cause real damage if we can get him on the ball, if Adelaide United's able to find him more frequently in better positions, and that comes down to his runs. He's not a player who's going to hold the ball up and bring midfielders into play, but certainly the runs in behind, he had a little bit of a sniff, pickpocketing ability there, but that's not you don't really want to capitalise on the opposition's mistakes. You want to be creating your own chances. So really important that the Reds are able to find Goodwin more frequently. If not, it's going to be very difficult for them to look any dangerous.
Thank you, gentlemen. We've got just over 10 minutes to go in this first half. Again, we're probably looking at 4 or 5 minutes of stoppages before any injury breaks, of which, of course, we hope there are none. It is very, very warm. And we just saw after that last drinks break then, Adelaide start to get the upper hand. A couple of little mistakes. There could be a hand in there by Bert Gilroy. There is. So it'll be a set-piece opportunity perhaps for Adelaide. They're still a fair way from goal, but Zach Clough is standing over it. 7 assists for him and outstanding delivery. You can just see the arm outstretched. He wasn't even watching the ball. Bert Gilroy is a little bit unfortunate. Adelaide have scored 11 goals from set pieces this season. Only Auckland have scored more. Auckland have scored almost exclusively from set pieces this season. That and bangers from Guillermo Mai. Brisbane managed to get it clear. O'Shea for Hoare. Oh, he's done well. Nicely negotiating Zach Clough, but perhaps he just got a little call in his ear. Rolled the ball straight back to Zach Clough.
Yeah, well, he could do with less of that. I think that he's done all the hard work. They've got out of danger. He got his team up the pitch, give them a little bit of a breather, and he's giving it straight back to them. So they've got to hustle back and slow Adelaide down.
Adelaide did have, during that last period between drinks breaks, 73% possession. Crawford, he's done well. Been tackled to the ground by Jelicic. It will be a booking for Keegan Jelicic, who's not quite at the races today so far.
Yeah, it's been a difficult outing. I think Crawford has given him quite a challenge down that side. Maybe he doesn't know much about it. Maybe it's a little bit of the heat as well. It's been a tough afternoon so far for him. But from a Brisbane Roar perspective, I think Ruben Zadkovic will be quite happy to get in at 0-0 half-time, because it's a lot more positive result for him than it would be for the home team in Adelaide.
Adelaide's home form has been outstanding, or rather away form has been outstanding until that draw with Auckland. 6 wins away from home. Clough's ball to the back post. Kikianis with the nod back. Vreens! That's a good save from Acton. And Archie Goodwin sees it out of play. Well, that was a great save down to his bottom left.
Yeah, well, again, it comes from Zach Clough on that right-hand side, and we know his delivery is very dangerous. I thought he floated a little bit high, but they've done very well to keep it alive there. And Bart Vreens with a pretty clever volley, and it was a smart save from Acton in the end.
The corner from Alagic, the little flick from Archie Goodwin, and they're going to get another opportunity here. A little spell of pressure from Adelaide.
You can just feel the pressure building, Robbie. You can just feel it. Brisbane, they're getting a bit tired. They're getting a bit nervous now. They're looking at the clock.
Brisbane have also conceded 9 headed goals this season. That might be a concern. When you see those sort of statistics, coupled with the fact they haven't scored a header, you know that perhaps there's a problem there. But Gilroy trying to get away from the attentions of Crawford. It's a good switch from Hoare for Klein. Adelaide back though, staying disciplined, staying organised. Zabala, Abubakar. Hoare, Abubakar again, great ball over the top for Zabala, perfectly weighted. Brisbane are in behind them here. They need to find an option. The Manatidis can't get there. Ooh! Zabala bundled over by Ryan Kitto in the penalty box.
It's clumsy. Well, yeah, it's clumsy. Seen him given.
Here's Alagic. He's done that well. Crawford looking up early. And getting a bit of Calvert in his ear.
But what Brisbane Roar have done really well going forward, they've got the ball into Abubakar. He's got hold of it really well and he brings people into play. So that's been an excellent kind of way forward for them. What I'd like to see now is Burke Gilroy and Anantidis getting more into the game, because his pace last week against Victory caused them all sorts of problems.
It's an interesting one. We thought he injured his hamstring. Oh, that's a good switch of play again for Abubakar. Against Crawford, Abubakar down to the byline. The cutback is a good one. The Manatidis threw himself at it and landed on the ball instead of kicking it, I think, as he lunged with defenders.
Yeah, he just didn't look confident coming at it. But Abubakar, he's been everywhere. He's been everywhere. He's been on the left wing. He's been up front. He's been a real threat for Brisbane Roar today. And Adelaide don't know what to do with him.
Clough's touch, he gets it back from Mork. Gets back with Kikianis. Now he can face forward. Kitto. Adelaide happy. Just put their foot on the ball a little bit.
Give it to him.
Greens. That's the coach, Calvert. You can hear what he wanted.
Yeah, and I can understand that. They're trying to play, they're trying to get into Brisbane Roar's half and play the ball and hold possession. I'd like to see them a little bit more. Can they get that ball in behind for Archie Goodwin? Really put Brisbane Roar under pressure. I feel like Ludwig and Billity haven't been tested yet today, Robbie, with that pace.
Greens again, wrestling Abubakar. Well, he's done well. Again, Asuma Abubakar. Jelicic, Klein. Ball with Jay O'Shea again. Jay Barnett very close to Jay O'Shea. They know the danger he poses in this Brisbane side in the middle of the park as well. Alagic. A little bit of space here for Ben Falami. Alagic again, Kitto joining the attack. Falami's cross is a good one. It's pretty well defended as well by Zabala, just running across the trajectory with Mork.
Yeah, he sensed the danger there and just got his shoulder underneath Stephen Mork and let the ball run out of the pitch. But again, Adelaide, I just feel they're very one-paced. I feel like even when they get into those wide areas, it all becomes very slow and lethargic.
Brisbane, for the moment, doing a good job of taking the pace out of Archie Goodwin's game as well.
Absolutely, but you know, the defenders, Greens here, Zach Clough, when they get the ball, can they just knock the ball in behind? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just push Brisbane Roar back, so then they will get more space in the midfield in the next attacks. At the moment, they're kind of playing into Brisbane Roar's game plan of this deep block and just making it difficult for themselves, really.
Jay O'Shea, the captain, is back doing it all at the moment. Looks long.
Get it down!
Calviet, well, maybe 34 degrees. That's nothing compared to the temperature of Calviet at the moment, which is...
He's well over 40 there, I'd say.
which is not healthy.
No, but he looks great. He looks all right. He's surviving.
Push it past him. Push it past him, please.
I think we can all just be thankful he's decided not to wear the full suit today.
Well, he's obviously been given the weather predictions and forecasts well in advance to get ready for this one. Here's Mork again with Valami. Down to the byline this time, the cross in. But Gilroy getting a good chunk of that. And Acton running the ball and getting rid of it quickly. We know, and we've heard all about the rule change that's proposed concerning goalkeepers holding on to the ball for too long. Next season, they're going to have 8 seconds. And if they don't get rid of it, corner will be for the other side. Now, it will be very interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, well, it's going to cost your team. I tell you, there'll be uproar. But this rule has been in forever. The 6-second rule has been in for like as long as I remember.
Never enforced.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, an interesting one.
Barnett. In fact, it's Kikianis rolling it across to Vriens. Here's Crawford. This time he turns inside Jelicic, looking for Clough. Clough's cross. Too close to Matt Acton.
Good movement, though. I think Crawford and Zach Clough, they've got a really good combination down this right-hand side here. They work really well together. Yeah, he didn't get the delivery quite right, but positive football overall.
6 goals this season as well for Zach Clough. The last 3 have come from the penalty spot. He was on the score sheet in Unite round against Brisbane. That 3-2 win, it was Archie Goodwin that got the winner. Mork, Clough and Goodwin the scorers for Adelaide against Jelicic and Jay O'Shea from the penalty spot for Brisbane. Had a couple of thrillers the last couple of meetings. Also back in Brisbane last year, Brisbane 3, Adelaide 4. Thomas Waddingham and Henry Hall, the goal scorers for Brisbane. Ibasuki, Mork and Van der Sarg, who was actually went from Adelaide to Brisbane at the start of this season, has since hung up the boots. Harry Van der Sarg. Jelicic running at Crawford. Cross is behind, to the delight of the Red Army behind the goal there.
Yeah, poor delivery in the end, but look, at least he's being positive. He's taking on his full back. He's asking the question, but the delivery needs to be a lot better. Brisbane Roar are going to claw themselves out of the mire they find themselves in this season.
Disastrous campaign so far. 1 win, 4 draws, 7 points to go with 14 defeats for Brisbane. So it's one for Manatides to chase. He hasn't had the same impact he had last week against Melbourne Victory.
No, I think Adelaide United have watched the videos. They watch how he moves, so he needs to find a different tool in his armoury today, because the experience and the cleverness of the defenders of the Adelaide seem to have his card marked today. But conversely, Abubakar, they haven't rocked him out yet, so that bodes well for Brisbane.
Alagic has done well to win that back. Now Mork, little ball into the feet of Goodwin. Ludwig again across. Excellent challenge, but Adelaide keep it alive. Kitto with Archie Goodwin. Kikianis. Jay Barnett. Alagic again. Most minutes of any player for Adelaide this season. Ethan Alagic. And his first A-League goals as well. Last year was a breakout season. This has certainly been one of confirmation for the number 55. Crawford looks up. Oh, it's a good cross. And it was well defended by Ludwig. Barnett back with Clough. Here's Barnett again. Hawks touch, a little bit telegraphed. Cleared by Samuel Klein.
Good defending in the end from Ludwig. But again, just Adelaide United, very slow moving the ball, very laboured. Brisbane Roar, compact and comfortable for me at the moment.
Well, Matt Acton has just had that one save to make from Bart Vriens. Down low to his left. James Delianoff hasn't had a save to make so far, although Anthony Burke-Gilroy did hit the post in the 7th minute. Crawford, he's done well, shoots, oh, brilliant! What a goal! And what a way to open your account. Hats off Harry Crawford. Just 18 years of age. He went close about half an hour ago, but there was nobody stopping that. 1-0 Adelaide lead on the stroke of half-time.
Well, as we see here in the Harvey Norman replay, Harry Crawford comes inside, not much on, and doesn't he use the angle so well. And what a goal from the young man. Absolute stunning strike on his left foot. Matt Acton, not a chance. A great goal, and really just shows you Brisbane Roar, they've done such a great job to get to 48 minutes, but like last week, they left it behind in the last couple of seconds of this one.
Not only are they training up fantastic young footballers, they're teaching them all how to do backflips here in Adelaide as well.
I think if I tried to do a backflip today, I'd probably die, Rob.
You are moving a little gingerly.
That's an understatement.
Jelicic with the clearance well. Harry Crawford, 18 years of age, has been watching all his youth team teammates away winning the Asian Cup. He's been, perhaps courtesy of that, been given an opportunity in the side with illness to Dylan Farias as well. And it's all about taking these opportunities and writing your own history, isn't it?
And didn't he take the opportunity? And by the way, what is in the water in Adelaide? The production line of quality that comes every single season. And great credit to the Adelaide United coaching system as well. Outstanding. He's come in here and he looks like he's played in the A-League all his life. What a goal that was, by the way.
The goal worthy of winning a football match. For the moment, it's good enough for the lead, and a lead that is sending Adelaide back to 2nd place on the standings. But of course, we're only halfway through. Harry Crawford, the difference at the break between these two sides. It was some goal on the day Ryan Kitto made his 200th appearance for Adelaide in the A-League. Half-time at Coopers. The Reds won, Brisbane Roar 0. And we will head straight off to a quick break, and we'll be right back with the halftime show. Don't go away.
stop painting us as these bad guys that just want Adelaide to win. We just want good football. That's all we want, Bruce. As we've said so many times, it is hot. And you said scoring first, such a big deal. And now that Adelaide has scored first, tough road back.
Absolutely, especially mentally. You're bottom of the table. You felt like you started the game okay. You know, you're almost at half-time. You're 1 minute away. And what happens? The 18-year-old scores a peach. Of course he does, because we're bottom of the table and nothing's going our way. But this battle between Abubakar and Vreens has really caught my eye and our eye, to be honest, in the first half. It's been a good battle. Abubakar hasn't been, he's been working hard. He's been holding the ball up. He's been making forward runs, but he hasn't really gotten the better of Bart Vreens, because he has been absolutely bullying him in defence and also getting up and almost getting on the score sheet as well.
There's been a few moments where Abubakar has been frustrated. You've seen him get up. He's complained to the coach. He's complained to the rest. Bart Vreens has been exactly what the Reds wanted. When they recruited him at the start of the year, he's been experienced. He's been a guiding light for Panakikianis. And today, again, he's a brick wall, Bruce.
Absolute brick wall, and it's important to have your foreigners playing such integral parts in your team. And Bart Vreens has been doing that, not just today, but all season. So it's a great battle. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it in the second half, but Bart Vreens on top for now.
See what happens in the second half. Tara? I've got a lot of injuries. Bruce knows his pitch well.
I actually asked Maxie. He said he can flip on trampolines. I can't even do that. I'll send my son in. I'll send my son in. Tag team.
Go and do a cartwheel right now, Bruce.
This year's Alex Tobin Medal is brought to you by Isuzu UTE. The winner of the prestigious award will win their choice of a brand new top-of-the-range Isuzu D-Max or 7-seat MUX. Plus, the Isuzu UTE Alex Tobin medalist will nominate a junior football club to win $10,000. Make sure you're watching this season's grand final when the winning player and club will be revealed.
Welcome back to Cooper's Stadium. Our two sides are back out on the field of play, and as you can see, no changes in personnel. There is the goal scorer, the hero of the first half, 18-year-old Harry Crawford with his first ever A-League goal, and it was some specimen as well. The only change is a jersey, which James Delinoff, the goalkeeper for Adelaide, has been asked to change his jersey. In fact, I can see an Adelaide change as well. Johnny Yull has come on the left side of the attack for Ben Falami. It looks like at the moment who's made way there is Johnny Yull, so another of the young Socceroos with that Asian Cup gold medal hanging from the mantelpiece, and a bit of a new position for him. We don't see him so often playing high up on the left wing, where he's starting this second half anyway. Roy, a change of jersey for the goalkeeper, a change of personnel, and otherwise we hope for more goals from both sides.
Well, absolutely, yeah. I think with Johnny Yull, he's so confident at the moment he could play on goal, so I'm sure he'll do well out on that side. Ben Falami was struggling to get into the game, to be fair to him. You know, maybe the hot conditions didn't help him, but no, we ended on a good note with Harry Crawford scoring one of the goals of the season, and the ball now is well and truly in Brisbane Roar's court to kind of make a game of this.
There you can see the team down on the bottom of your screens there. Adelaide at the moment in that 4-3-3. Jay Barnett at the base of the diamond, and there's that substitution. Zach Clough has been once again prominent moving forward, but his set-piece delivery really catching the eye. Otherwise, again, like Archie Goodwin, not into the game as much as Carl Veart would have liked. There's the Brisbane side without a couple of players who didn't travel. Ben Halloran, Florent Berenguer, Walid Shaw, all absent from their squad today. Corey Brown as well. Ben Morland, of course, is out for the season, and there is the change of jersey. So clearly the referees, led by Lachlan Keevers, deciding that that multicoloured jersey he was wearing was too close to Brisbane's light-coloured jersey, and now the blue, a little bit more in keeping perhaps with International Women's Day as well. That is the colour.
That's a lovely colour. Beautiful. There we go. It's going to change the whole game now, that jersey. There we go.
Here's O'Shea. It's an interesting discussion to have about the way you used to have dark socks on one team, light socks on the other, dark shorts on one team, light shorts on the other. I assume that's heading back now to sort of black and white TV days, when you had to try and distinguish the two teams, and they're all covered in mud anyway by the end of it on the old pitches. Whereas these days with colour TVs and high definition, we can see who's who.
Yeah, but I suppose the surprising part is people are so, you know, pedantic about the details nowadays that it wasn't spotted before the game that was going to be an issue, you know. But anyway, in the big scheme of things, it's not an issue. I think the real issue I picked up on here is every time Jay O'Shea gets the ball for Brisbane Roar, he's looking for a forward run from Amanatidis, and he's not seen it so far. So that needs to change in this second half.
As there we see, just getting in front, Jelicic back with Acton. Live now, Western United are taking on Wellington Phoenix. And I can tell you, we've already had a goal. Reece Bozanovski, 7 minutes in, has given Western United the lead. So Adelaide will be hoping as Johnny Yull shoots, looking for his first A-League goal as well. If Adelaide can win, they will move second. If Western United win, they will reclaim second spot.
Well, as we just seen there, great play from Johnny Yull, and he could be in again here.
Ethan Alagic, his shot on the left boot, deflected behind. Adelaide looking for that second goal.
But certainly looks like that Harry Crawford goal just before half-time has settled Adelaide down now. They feel like they're comfortable. They're in control of this game now, and Brisbane Roar just looking for ideas. And what a goal it was, by the way. I could wax lyrical all day about this. A young player coming in, showed no signs of fear, didn't take a backward step, and that left foot, I don't think it's his strongest foot, but he could have fooled me.
Zach Clough with the delivery. It's a good ball into the danger zone. Ludwig clears. Barnett, his first touch didn't offer him a shooting opportunity, but here's Clough again. Little 1-2 with Yull perhaps. Johnny Yull now against O'Shea, back with Alagic. Fine, good defensive header from the young midfielder. Now Crawford. He's done well again. Get that out to Panakikianis. Harry Crawford again with Mork. Alagic. Yull. Yull comes inside. Oh, it's a good run, great ball for Stephen Mork. And Acton claims. Good football, Adelaide.
Outstanding football there. They came from one side to the other, and Johnny Yull is coming to this game like no one's business. He's full of confidence. That's a terrific ball, and very unlucky. Matt Acton snuffed it out in the end there, but Adelaide really are sucking the life now out of Brisbane Roar, and it's going to be a long afternoon for Brisbane Roar. They're defensively, as we spoke about, they've been deep, they've been compact, but it's very hard to break from these positions in stifling heat now. So yeah, big shift in the second half.
Amanatidis back to Klein. That's a good switch of play. Jelicic can't get there though. They have struggled, we mentioned it at the top of the program, to score goals. Just 19 so far this season. They've gone 5 matches without scoring at all. Adelaide, on the other hand, that Crawford goal, number 39 of the season. Here's Yull. Well, he uses Jay Barnett as a dummy run, and now shoots, and Jay Barnett is still standing open, waiting for that pass.
I don't mind that. I just love how confident he's come into the game. It's great to see. He's been a great substitution by Carl Beard, because I think in the first half they weren't getting much joy down that side, but Johnny Yull now is making this game his own. Ability. Fighting the challenge, finds Burke Gilroy. He
looks long. One for Nathan Amanatides, who's back home, Adelaide boy. When he signed for Sydney FC, they had to fight off plenty of competition for his signature. In the end, it didn't really work out for him with the Sky Blues. Another opportunity at Brisbane. Clough. Well, he got out of jail. Perhaps there's that Clough, because he wasn't going to get that ball back.
Do you know what? He deserved that for a little bit of cleverness there. He sold the dream, and Zabala bought it. But just going back to Nathan Amanatides, you know what he's got in his locker? Pace. You know what defenders don't like to defend against? Pace. So every time he steps on a football pitch in this A-League, he needs to run forward.
Well, that's what Adelaide are doing now. Johnny Yole's early pass. Goodwin. Oh! Almost beating Acton to the ball. That should never happen. After the outrageous Scorpion control.
Part Riley McGree, part target man striker. Love it. Got a bit of everything, Goodwin.
Here's Kikianis. Very well done. Turns 20 today. Tanner Kikianis plays with a maturity beyond his years. Incredible to think that he was only brought into the side last season.
But how many players in the Adelaide side could you say that about? Ethan Allegage is another one. Johnny Yole has just come into the game. Archie Goodwin's only a young boy. You know, Jovanovic, they look like senior players when they step out there.
5 appearances last season for Kikianis. Here's Yole. Races to get there, keeps it alive as well. Crawford straight back in. In fact, it has just travelled out of play. What do you make of that, Roy?
That's a feat in athleticism. I love it. He shows his flexibility and his hunger and desire to score goals. Great to see.
Now, what is the problem here with Nathan Amanatides? He came off with what looked like a hamstring problem. Perhaps it was just a cramp in the end with what he had last week, because the physio is out there. They're checking again that hamstring. That's possession in the second half, 70-30 in Adelaide's favour. The second half has been dominant so far. That substitution is going to come immediately now. So Amanatides, for the second week in a row, doesn't make it through the 90. He didn't have the opportunities he had last week against Melbourne Victory. It was a far more difficult 55 minutes for him. Amanatides, and it's another youngster, another ex-Sydney FC junior. Also came through at Manly in Sydney. It's Jacob Brazett. Made his debut in Unite round in that 3-2 loss to Adelaide, as Jack Hingett comes on for match number 301 for Brisbane Roar. That is some achievement for him as well.
Yeah, fantastic achievement. He's closing in on Manny McKay's record there, I think, for Brisbane Roar, and yeah, they need all his experience now today to get something out of this one.
2 more to go to get to Matt Mackay's 303 for Brisbane Roar. O'Shea is forced to turn and chase. Looks up his ball forward towards Henry Hoare, doesn't have the legs. More back with Vreens. Barnett. That's pretty remarkable control from Zach Clough. It's Louis Zabala. Comes away with the ball again. Ludwig. Also saw Anthony Burke-Gilroy was the player that came off for Jack Hingett. Here is Brazett, first touch against Barnett. He's a real live wire. Jacob Brazett quick dribbler. Very agile. Great turn of direction and speed. Nod down from Jelicic was a good one. Hoare with Klein. Zabala. Brazet again. Good play. Final ball from Keegan Jelicic. It's disappointing.
Look, you don't have to be a Robbie Thompson with your stats to know that that's been Brisbane Roar's problem all season long. They get into the final third and they run out of ideas, or the quality just isn't there, and it's costing them every single week.
Moore backing in the two number 6s. O'Shea, first time ball over the top for Abubakar. Against Kikianis. Bit of a wrestling match down there in the bottom corner.
I think he's had a raw deal today as a striker. I think he's done a great job holding the ball up and leading the line. My concern for him and for Brisbane Roar now is he's going to fade out of the game. He's going to hit the wall pretty soon, and looking at their bench, there's not a great deal there. You got Zimmerino, possibly could come on and stroke, you know, but he's been impressive enough in the first hour of the game to merit being on there for the rest.
Moore with Yull outside. Goodwin in the middle. Johnny Yull gets there, crosses. Oh, and it took a big deflection. Now the referee has immediately stopped play. What's happened behind the scenes here? Well, they were queuing up unmarked in the middle, and there's a little clash of heads, I think, with Ludwig and Goodwin. And we're going to take the opportunity as Ludwig receives from attention to have our third drinks break, 15 minutes into the second half. We might head back down to the sidelines with Max and Bruce to get their thoughts after what has been a pretty good start to the second half from the home side.
It has been. We've got some interesting, we've done some research down here, Bruce and I. We've been talking to a few people, and there's a professor sitting next to us from the University of Canberra Research Institute for Sport and Excellence. He's doing some research here in conjunction with FIFA because of the heat. It is hot here in Adelaide today. He's got a few team members all around the country doing this. What they have done is 4 Brisbane players have swallowed a small pill, like the size of a vitamin, that measures their core temperature. So they swallowed them 8 hours ago. So at the moment, 4 of these boys have got a little plastic pill sitting in their intestines somewhere, and it is relaying some data over here to the sideline. So later on they'll pass it on, but we're getting this data now that gets passed on to FIFA, and they go through how these breaks, for example, or how the half-time break, how it all impacts players' core temperature, so that we can get better data for the A-League and for FIFA. They've been swallowing a pill, Bruce.
Technology never ceases to amaze. But thanks for that, Max. On the game, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Brisbane Roar look to turn this around. You know, their bench isn't the strongest, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Whereas if you look at Adelaide, United's bench, there's plenty there, but it looks like a pretty serious injury here. I dare say the cheekbone is broken. I'm no doctor, but it doesn't look very good, does it?
It's very swollen.
It certainly doesn't. Thank you, gentlemen, for that. And yes, that is a cruel blow for Austin Ludwig. It is really swollen. And we know that, though, and you can see the little indentation as well on the cheekbone. The main thing is he's, as we see there, the collision. The main thing is he's on his feet, he's conscious.
Yeah, look, it was a really good defender's header, really brave header, and you know he's felt the wrath of Archie Goodwin's back of the head there, and it looks like his cheekbone and maybe a little bit of eye socket as well. So that's unfortunate. He's been ever so good the last few weeks for Brisbane Roar.
So that was a concussion substitution. So instead of the regular 5, both sides can now make 6 substitutions today, as it's another of our young Socceroos, Lucas Harrington, comes into the action now. So we're just waiting on Luka Jovanovic for the full quota, outside of Fabian Taladero, who's not in the matchday squad for Adelaide. Zabala down that left-hand side, back with Brazet. Can Brisbane try and turn one of these drinks breaks and turn the tide back in their favour?
Really positive from Jacob Brazet, and that's what they need. They need the players that come off the bench now to make an impact. You know, the game is in danger of ambling in Adelaide's favour, so they need Brazet with his sharp feet, with his movement, to make something happen, and that's a good start from him there.
You can see there's about 10 or 12 travelling supporters who have made the long trip from Brisbane, just down in that corner of the ground where that corner is taken. Cleared by Johnny Yull. As far as Jack Hingett, Brisbane Roar season number 14 for the Sri Lankan international. Brazet against Mork. Oh, he's done well, Brazet. Into the area, the cutback with Klein. Well, it was selfless. Brisbane keep it alive. Hingett again with O'Shea. First time cross. You can see the intention, the execution. Not there on that occasion. Alagic dispossessed. Klein. Oh, there's space there. Brazet. The ball forced to turn. Delianov makes the save. Henry Hornow, the cutback. Nobody wants to shoot. Jelicic taking an age. And now perhaps with the pace of Goodwin, Adelaide will look to break.
Oh, Brisbane Roar, some of the football is excellent, but it's the way the pass, it's behind people, it's taking the shot on. Just simplify the game. Honestly, they're doing it ever so well in some parts of the game, but just have a shot. Give us something to shout about.
Yaya Dakuli is preparing to come into the game. The fact that we can have 6 substitutions now doesn't mean for certain that we're going to see an A-League debut for James Durrington on the bench, but that has become a very real possibility now because all the outfield players can be used by both sides now. The 6 outfield players on the bench.
Well, it could be Ruben Zatovic's last throw of the dice, really. An extra fresh player to bring on late in the game. If it stays like this, you know, 1-0, you're never out of it.
He's also got Adam Zimmerino and Rafael Struik, the Dutch-born and raised Indonesia international striker. The challenge. Harrington, it's a good pass to Brazet. He looks to invite Jelicic forward, and again he just runs away. Substitution coming now. Yaya Dakuli is the player coming on. His 13th appearance of the season. Zach Clough is the player making way. Just the 1 goal so far for Yaya Dakuli. It came in that 4-0 win against the Mariners, his first appearance of the season. It didn't quite happen for Zach Clough this afternoon. Dakuli will bring a lot more directness to the game.
He will again. He's fresh and he's lively, and what I've seen of him is certainly in the Australia Cup early in the season, he's a very positive and confident player, so Jack Hingett has his work cut out.
I just saw it immediately. First ball from Ryan Kitto over the top. Go for it. Alagic thought he might get lucky and get the throw. It was overruled by the central referee. Brisbane ball.
You know, the biggest compliment I can pay Brisbane Roar today, Robbie, is that Adelaide's job isn't done here. You know, Brisbane Roar, they haven't given up on the task, which is which is a real credit to them. But when they get into the final third now, they need to show what it's all about and put that ball in the back of the net.
Well, you mentioned it at half-time, Roy, off air when we were chatting. The scenario is a bit like in Brisbane last weekend, with Melbourne Victory leading Brisbane by a goal to nil. Adelaide's cross, De Cooley cut out by O'Shea and Harrington. And as long as there's only a goal in it, no one is safe. Jelicic on the charge, and Kikianis had to make that challenge, and he did.
He made it very well. But again, Brisbane Roar, lovely build-up play. Look, they're switching the play, they're trying to go forward. Some really good stuff. This is where it comes to a head for them. So let's see what happens.
Brezet might be a shooting opportunity. Oh! Well, it has. It has come to a head. And the substitute, Jacob Brezet, with his first ever A-League goal. We have seen two 18-year-olds set the world alight here in Coopers today. Anything you can do, I can do just as well, says Jacob Brezet. 1-1.
Well, what a goal. What a goal. I've been talking all along in the final third how they've struggled, but as you can see in the Harvey Norman replay there, when he steps onto his right foot, full of confidence, he sized up the angle and he put it in that far stanchion. It's literally a mirror image of Harry Crawford's goal. Outstanding from Jacob Brezet. Take a bow. Fantastic. And they needed that. They need a hero in Brisbane. And today it's Jacob Brezet. As I said, 22 minutes of football to go on Brisbane Roar. They can take a hell of a lot of confidence from that.
Thumbs up, young man. Indeed. Was an unused sub last week against Melbourne Victory after a run of appearances off the bench. Now Harry Crawford, scorer of that first incredible goal of this afternoon, makes way. So Dylan Parius is the player coming on. Well, we were just talking about it. Adelaide could have been clear. Adelaide could have been enjoying a 2-goal cushion, which hasn't happened, and all of a sudden they have to do it all over again.
If you look at the stats, if you watch the A-League football like we all do every week, Brisbane Roar are not that far away in regards to their structures and the way they play football. Where they've struggled is in the final third. They've been pretty hopeless at times this year. Thomas Waddingham was a standout, no doubt, but as soon as they lost him, they lost that focal point. But Jacob Brezet is making a case for himself. Fantastic.
Abubakar now. Bringing out the tricks. Jelicic. Well, we had a 5-goal thriller between these two in round 5. Are we setting ourselves up for another edge-of-your-seat finish in this one? Abubakar again against Kitto. Kitto does well. Shows him outside. The cross in the end harmless enough.
Yeah, look, he's trying to do everything again, and he's only got limited energy left now. Remember, he hasn't played a lot of football, but he's drifted out to the wide area. And what happens when the number 9 goes out to the wide area? There's nothing in the 6-yard box to score the goal. So, yeah, so it's a bit of a wasted energy exercise there.
Henry Hoare now. The Brisbane have their tails up. Certainly this man does. Jacob Brezet. Zavala with O'Shea, can hit them from distance. Jay O'Shea. Henry Hoare losing out. Alagic, oh, it's a bit of a panicky clearance as well.
Again, credit to Brisbane Roar. It's a panicky clearance from a team that are just a point, 2 points away from second place on the table. So it just shows you there's not much if you can get your football together in this league.
And another point, Roy, is that they've won just one of their last 5. Adelaide, and when things, a little grain of sand in the machinery can suddenly derail the whole thing.
Psychologically, your confidence becomes a very kind of precious thing, doesn't it? And yeah, we're definitely seeing that from Adelaide in this second half.
Klein. The question is, can Brisbane find the resources themselves to try and come back again from this one? Shea's ball over the top doesn't find a runner this time.
must say though, it's been an intriguing contest. It's been a great battle. At times you look like Adelaide are, you know, running away. They've got 70% possession at times, but then Brisbane, as I said, after a 5-minute reset, they've come back strong in this game.
The drinks break can be a powerful tool in this heat.
Dr. Bruce told us that earlier on, didn't he? Dr. Bruce and the professor on the sideline. We've got it all today.
Interesting about the core temperature pills that the Brisbane players. I wonder if they're disposable pills. They have to be returned.
I don't want to be the guy to pick them up. I know that much.
Stephen Moore makes way after 73 minutes. Ryan White comes on for him. Certainly, football is a big money industry now. The intensity with which players play at continues to increase with each season. So that medical research really is essential into protecting players' health as well.
Huge. I think in the last decade, maybe more, the sports science and the fitness and, you know, the age bracket of players now, it's getting ever so young, and the game is so quick now, so yeah, it's imperative that their health is looking after, and yeah, it's a step in the right direction for them.
Well, without the players, we don't have anything. People always say without the fans, there's no game. Without the referees, there's no game. Without the coaches, I mean, the whole thing, we are all interdependent. So every party needs to be looked after in the men's and the women's game equally. This match, the curtain raiser for the main event with the Adelaide women, who are in action against the Central Coast Mariners. After this one,
well, it should have cooled down a little bit by that time. But great credit to both sets of players here, because it's a very hot day in Adelaide, and the pace of this game is still sky high. So, you know, huge credit to them.
15 minutes to go. Brisbane do have a nasty habit of conceding late goals. We saw it again just a week ago at home. Ball in. Well, they almost scored there. Henry Hall with the run to the near post. He's down with a little bit of cramp, but he got his head to that.
It's a great area as well. You just needed a greedy number 9 just hanging around the 6-yard box there, and it's a tap in.
Know any of them?
No.
By White. Goodwin out-muscled by ability. Here's the 17-year-old Harrington. All the way back to Matt Acton. Wasted ball forward that time. A comfortable one for Delianoff. Well, Adelaide found the necessary resources. It's a turnover high up the pitch. Abubakar with Jelicic. They're queuing up in the middle. And again, it just lacked that confidence, that decisiveness to make the difference.
And that's, again, we keep coming back to it, but they're pressing, like we said from early on in this game. That press has been brilliant. Defending as a team has been brilliant. The breakaway from Abubakar, the way to the pass. Jelicic, actually, I think that time a little bit unlucky. It was the right option. But, you know, Brisbane Roar, they're not here for draws. They're trying to win the game. They need the points.
Well, both sides need the points, which is why this one so intriguingly poised with 13 minutes left. Adelaide have been completely outplayed since coming back from that most recent drinks break. We had that terrible injury to Austin Ludwig, and we hope he's okay, as he headed straight down, probably straight off to hospital, to get that cheekbone looked at. De Cooley is fouled. We've hardly seen him. There's been Jacob Brezet, his introduction at the other end, that has been the eye-catching one, including the equalising goal. Our final drinks break has been called then. Here is the live ladder as it stands. Western United are in front in their game at the moment against Wellington Phoenix, so they are taking second spot, and at the moment Adelaide are missing out on the chance of climbing back above Melbourne City. And just have a listen in here. Well, we'll head down to Max Burford and Bruce Jitte, but very interesting hearing what Carl Viet is not happy about.
I don't know how much you can pick up exactly, Robbie, but there are a few words beginning with the letter F that are coming out of Carl Viet's mouth at the moment. Brisbane, on the other hand, they're rallying the troops at the moment. There's a real belief that they're on top. These drinks breaks, they have just turned the game into, it's not a game of halves, it's a game of sixths, and every sixth has been completely different. Brucey.
Absolutely, it's like a boxing match almost. You know, you're bringing your team into your corner, or your boxer into your corner, and you're really trying to, you know, add a little bit of tactical nous that might make all the difference. And it has been chopping and changing. But you know, Brezet, can we talk about his goal too? I mean, we talked about Crawford's as well. What a strike. And isn't it interesting? Carl was talking about intensity. He says they need more intensity, because that's Harry Crawford here. He needs to track his runner here and stay closer. He gives him half a metre. That's all he needs. And, you know, what a fantastic strike. It's actually made a huge difference, and it's brought back the belief to this Brisbane Roar side.
It has indeed. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Carl, for the little break and entertainment as well. Indeed, we've had two absolutely stunning goals. I think one of the takeaways from Carl Viet there was there's no energy. The energy completely dropped away.
He's trying to buy a reaction from his team there with a bit of friendly fire, and at the moment it looks like it's worked in the short term.
Dylan Parias, basically his first touch since coming on 10 minutes ago, but they've struggled to get the ball to him and De Cooley, two players that we know have pace, incisiveness. Alagic, no way through, dispossessed by Hoare. Here's Jelicic. Abubakar, he's still going, 80 minutes in. Jelicic back with Hingard.
I think the worrying part for Carl Viet as well is how visibly faded physically that Adelaide are. You're talking about in the first half, they had 70% of possession at one point. They can't string 5 passes together in the second half, you know? So I think that's what frustrates them more than anything.
It's basically 52-48 in the second half. Possession still in Adelaide's favour, but only just, and that is changing quite rapidly. The XG from 10 shots for Adelaide is 0.68. We've had two absolute worldies, 0.38 from 6 shots, as here's Ryan White for Brisbane. The cross in, De Cooley goes down under the challenge of Hingard. The crowd behind the goal there thought there was something in it.
Yeah, well, Jack Hingard has played 300 games, but he's taken a real chance there, and he knows it as well.
De Cooley showing the referee the jersey as well and saying he was trying to rip it off. Let's have a look. Oh, you can see De Cooley's got his arm around the back of Hingard as well.
Yeah, well, he's using his body to kind of almost get front position, but Jack can't get sucked over the top of him and knock him over, because you're making a referee's job sometimes very easy.
VAR has confirmed the on-field decision, so play on, corner kick. In it comes, good pace on that ball. Klein again with a good defensive header. Appeals for a handball against Henry Hoare here, and again the referee has just said take a moment. Nothing in it, we go again. Alagic. That time he manages to get away. He has also struggled to find any space in this second half. Kitto invited to run forward, but only momentarily. Here's Johnny Yull. He gives it away. Oh, it comes back off the head of Abubakar. Barnett shoots and drags it wide. Well, he's not a prolific goal scorer, is perhaps an understatement. Yet to score in 62 A-League matches.
No, but I think the lads said it there at the drinks break. A boxing match is a good comparison for where we're at. Every time we have a drinks break, another team coming back into the game. So Adelaide now all of a sudden are in the ascendancy, and Brisbane Roar are camped at the edge of their box. So, yeah, parade for the drinks break.
Should have more of them.
That's just me and you, though, Robin.
Luka Jovanovic is into the contest to try and give a little bit of energy, and you are going to have Jovanovic and Goodwin up front for the final 7.5 minutes. Brisbane are preparing a double change of their own, with Rafael Strauch and Adam Zimmerino preparing to come on. O'Shea looks up, big switch of play, but Henry Hoare not backing himself to put the pressure on Dylan Parias. Delianov, they've cut off the angles, they force him long, and they've won it straight back. Barnett with White, that's good play from Adelaide, just to settle things down a little bit.
Such an interesting contest, Robbie, and I love it. Both managers are backing themselves in here, attacking substitutions, and we've got 10 minutes of proper football here ahead of us. Can we find a winner?
White, good switch of play. Parias missed the last 2 weeks with illness. His work rate up and down that right flank has been a feature of Adelaide's season as well. Here's Kitto. Breens inside with Barnett. Yo comes inside, too much heavy touch, invites the challenge from Abubakar. Rosette turns into trouble. Look at the red shirts, they're getting in each other's way almost. That's a good ball over the top. Barnett, he will get there. Well, he had time. His first time cross. De Cooley back in. Jovanovic lurking. Harrington, good defensive header. Again, Abubakar's done well, and he wins the free kick. The crowd don't like it.
Excellent. Any kids watching at home, that's the first part of your game, holding the ball up. It's all great, scoring goals, and that's what you do with football. You see this? Using your body against two defenders and giving your team an opportunity to get up the pitch, worth its weight in gold.
Changes coming now. It's Abubakar's final contribution. It has been, at times, a thankless task that he's done in that role, but now he makes way, along with Henry Hoare, for Zimmerino and Strauch. So fresh legs up front. Here is Rafael Strauch, come through the ranks of ADO Den Haag in the Netherlands. O'Shea, dispossessed by Kitto and Yull. Now Jovanovic, he's done well, good control. Parias, early ball for Goodwin, he's quick, Archie Goodwin. And Matt Acton was alert to the danger and quickly off his line.
He done really well there. It was a pretty decent weighted ball from Parias. Matt Acton did never so well. Goodwin is quick.
Nearly got there as well. Just half a yard in it. It was well judged by Acton. There is the Paramount Plus player index. I get the feeling that is so tight it may yet change if we have a match winner.
Definitely.
Crawford, Alagic, who saw a lot of the football, Jay O'Shea as well. So we've got two midfielders who basically are involved in every passage of play, and the two goal scorers leading the way. O'Shea is still out there. Here's Kikianis, striding forward. Yull, good first touch. Jovanovic able to face forward. Needs to find an option, couldn't do so quickly enough. Harrington with Brazett. Ryan White now. Johnny Yull able to turn. Oh, and a little moment between De Cooley and Yull, not on the same wavelength. Then another little half opportunity. Just leaks away. O'Shea, positive run, great run from Jay O'Shea. He's got Strauch outside him, Brazett at the back post. Strauch turns inside, shoots. Deflected, now Jelicic. Zabala, Brazett outside him. Here is Brisbane's goal scorer now. Turning around Ryan White, one way then the other. A little foul on White as well will allow Adelaide to clear their lines, but Brisbane were not far away.
I tell you, they're not taking a backward step, and it's great to see. It's great to see. This game is wide open, and Jay O'Shea, good breakaway, good way to pass. Stroke as well, done pretty well to stand them up, and another day goes in. Unlucky.
Just the one goal so far this season for Raphael Strauch, which came against Sydney FC earlier in the season. Not in their one and only win so far this campaign. Kitto over the top for De Cooley. Ability has cleared the ball and clattered into De Cooley. Now, referee trying to watch in both directions. De Cooley's back on his feet. We're right to play. Strauch. Loses out to Kitto. Goodwin just caught on his heels. 7 minutes of stoppage time. So, still plenty of time in this one.
And it looks like energy levels are high. You know, both teams are positive. They both think they can win the game. And yeah, I don't want this one to end, Rob.
Hingert. Oh, he just balked himself out of it. As though he didn't back himself, and then when he went for it, he couldn't get there. And courtesy of that concussion substitution, we do get the opportunity for an A-League debut. James Durrington coming on, 4 goals in the NPL last season for Brisbane. A player with plenty of NPL experience. Plenty, I say that. He is just 18 years of age.
And he looks not a day older as well. But he's got an opportunity here to make himself a real hero for Brisbane.
He comes on to replace Keegan Jelicic. Ooh, he's put his head in a fairly dangerous position there. Now the break is on perhaps. Brazett, closed down by Parias. Brazett still. The experience of Freens. Strauch now against Kitto. Strauch accelerates and then fires wildly wide.
Yeah, just Brazett couldn't get the ball down because he's got a lower centre of gravity, just couldn't get onto his left side. And when it comes to Stroke here, he got a bit excited, didn't he? Just that needed that little bit of a calm head there, get the ball across the goal.
(12-8), Adelaide edging it, but really in terms of clear-cut chances, they've had 4 on target. One of those shots off target for Brisbane also hit the post as well. They have had opportunities now. Parias with Billity. Just feel with Adelaide. Oh, as Goodwin was onside there. Billity was keeping him on. And he didn't back himself to go for it. There's just been that little lack of conviction about Adelaide going forward. We saw it again there.
Yeah, they certainly don't look like the team that started this season and were unbeatable at times. As you touched on a while ago, they've certainly had a bit of a wobble in this last month, and confidence is being tested. But Brisbane Roar, I'm a Brisbane Roar fan. I want to see this every week between here and the end of the season because it's been impressive.
Hingett into the area. That will be a booking. Jack Hingett for the dive. Ryan Kiddo didn't even bother to plead his innocence.
I think Jack Hingett reckoned in his head that was smoother than what it was in the end.
Yellow card for the veteran. Started his career at the Fury in the A-League. A season and a half there, and then down to Brisbane, where he has remained. Here's Kikianis. Adelaide know a thing or two about last-minute goals here at Coopers, for them and unfortunately for their opponents as well. Here's Jovanovic, and we're going to see another here. Just over 3 minutes left. Barnett. The shadows are getting longer at Coopers as Kikianis strides forward into the area. Kikianis still going. Still Kikianis. Just crowded out, and then the foul as he lunged at Strauch, and, or rather Klein, and Klein not happy.
It's good to see this, though, isn't it? A marauding centre-back breaking into the opposition box. He kind of went down an alleyway in the end, and he didn't fancy the 90-metre run back, so he done the right thing there, I think.
900 metres if you take Bruce's 1 metre equals 100 at this stage, or is that 9 kilometres?
And by the way, Bruce Jitte never ran that much. He just stayed around the 18-yard box in memory.
Acton goes long. Jovanovic beaten in the air by Harrington. O'Shea with Durrington, the youngster. Youngsters everywhere. Zavala for another. Brazett. Oh, Brazett's done brilliantly to get the better of Parias. Jacob Brazett. Is this the moment? Brazett still going! Oh, just wide! How close was that? In the 96th minute to being the match winner.
Oh, he's been ever so impressive since he's come on. Brisbane Roar have got a gem on their hands here if this fella can reproduce it every week. And he's inches away from winning the game for his team there. Low centre of gravity, pace, positive when he runs at people. He's a hard player to defend, I know that for a fact.
90 seconds left. Are Adelaide going to take full advantage of that let-off? It's a good ball over the top for Parias. He streaks after it. They're queuing up. Oh, and that's brilliantly defended by Hingett. Sensing the danger, stealing in front of Jovanovic.
Jack Hingett has earned his wages this week, and he's kept Ruben Zatkovic with it. I was going to say some hair there, but I think that those days are gone for Ruben.
We're into the last 60 seconds.
What a game, Robbie. 97 minutes. I know it's only 1-1, but it's been a terrific spectacle, I must say.
I really would like to know Carl Beard's core temperature as well throughout this match.
I'll ask the professor.
And whether it rivals that of any Brisbane Roar players. Brazett, is there one moment of madness left in this one? Yol, the touch for White. There's space on the right-hand side. And the ball just couldn't find Archie Goodwin. And that will be that. Well, an absorbing contest in stifling heat. A furious coach in Carl Viet, but most importantly, two outstanding goals by two outstanding prospects. Harry Crawford in the first half with his debut A-League goal, only to be equalled. And I say equalled, it was basically a mirror image of Crawford's goal, scored by that man, Jacob Brezet. It turned out to be the equaliser. He almost had a winner in the final seconds. Brisbane, belying their lowly place in the standings, have picked up another point in their quest to avoid the wooden spoon. It is another game without a win. Just 1 in 6 now for Adelaide, who again failed to pick up maximum points at home. We're all finished here at Coopers. Adelaide United 1, Brisbane Roar 1. Well, we see Archie Goodwin, the old Newcastle boy, with another former Newcastle player in Ruben Zatkovic. And, well, Roy, the Harvey Norman highlights, they are going to be punctuated by two outstanding moments.
Yeah, and it's been a year for the young Australian players, and Harry Crawford, a new one to add to that list, came in on his right-hand side, and I was going to say he swung his left. He was well in control of this one. And wide away, what a finish. It looks like Matt Acton should have even dived. Who's he waving at there? Great goal. Harry Crawford making a name for himself. Terrific. And, you know, you'd fear the worst at this point for Brisbane Roar going into half-time.
It was. And we just seen Adelaide growing into the match, but then Ruben Zatkovic, to his credit, made the substitutions necessary. And Jacob Brezet, well, he's caught the eye already, but this was next level.
He changed the game from an attacking perspective for Brisbane Roar. I know Bruce Dutte was giving Harry Crawford a little bit of stick, but you know, Brezet, he's got a really low centre of gravity, and once he moves that ball and gets away from you, he's got a yard on you. But didn't he take the chance ever so well? As you said, carbon copy from the opposite side, but what a finish. Goalkeeper, no chance.
Brilliant stuff. Well, goals worthy of winning a match. Unfortunately for both those two sides, it's only worth a point as we have a look at the Alex Tobin medal points. Asuma Abubakar with 1. Harry Crawford picking up 2 with that outstanding finish. And Bart Freens picked up all 3 points for his performance at the back. Let's head down to Max Burford, who is with our player of the match.
Bart Freens is with me. Bart, first of all, you're sweating bullets. This isn't what you're used to, especially at this time of year. Please tell us what you just said before. Hottest game of your career?
Yes, I think so. By a mile. I'll be in an ice bath within 5 minutes, but yeah, let's first do the talking.
All right, let's talk about the game. It's not the result that you would have liked, I don't think. What went wrong? And I mean, it's sort of gone wrong for the last month, really, with the Reds.
Yes. Well, let's speak about today. I think. Well, obviously the conditions were hard, and we wanted to get a result in within 20-25 minutes, but we just matched their slow intensity. They wanted